What's up, guys? It's TC and MarkyB here with a post-European Championships vlog. One thing that somebody's actually brought up to me, before I go into the whole European Championship and everything about that, somebody brought up that I don't do, a lot of my vlogs that I do are in my room, and I should start doing vlogs when I'm out and about and kicking about, so that's something I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be purchasing myself a sort of flip cam, so I'm able to do these sort of vlogs when I'm at events and out and around, and I'm going to aim to have that by LA, by Call of Duty Championships. I'm going to buy myself a flip camera so I'm able to get my first sort of footage at the Call of Duty World Championships and hopefully get that up onto the channel. And I'm looking forward to that, obviously. So, for those of you who don't know, we actually ended up, last night, around midnight, we actually won the Call of Duty European Championship, which also acted as the seeding tournament for the Call of Duty World Championship, otherwise known as the regional qualifiers, whatever you want to call it. It was €15, winner takes 15,000 euros, winner takes all, and we ended up picking up the W. It's actually my second event win in a row, and we played against Epsilon in the final. In fact, before I go into that, I want to talk about the other games. So first of all, we actually on the Saturday came up against Leverage, who were the team we were supposed to be playing to go towards LA. So we played against Leverage. They were a very good team. It was a very good match. We knew, like, not taking anything away from Leverage, they were a really good team. We knew we'd win. Like, we were obviously very confident. We had no doubts in our mind that we'd lose, but at the same time, obviously, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. Upsets happen. We didn't treat them any differently to any other team. We wanted to win. We played cool, calm and collected, and we picked up the 3-0 sweep. So that meant we were advancing towards Los Angeles. We were qualified for the Call of Duty World Championship. A lot of pressure off our shoulders. That match obviously was probably the most stressful for me. Like I was thinking about that match more than any other match, just due to, if we don't qualify for LA, literally there's nothing to play for the next month. Everyone's practicing for it, and our team obviously is expected also to qualify for that. So if we're not there, it is a really bad situation for all of us. I mean, so we had to qualify, and as soon as we did, the pressure was off. We were going towards Sunday to hopefully go and win the European Championship. First game for us, we got a bye because we were in the top 3 seeds. So first game for us was against either 7th or 9th seed, which was either Lightning Pandas or Wizards. We ended up playing against Lightning Pandas, which was Shane, Necrome, Ramba and Random. I think that's their names. I think that's who Random. Obviously I knew who Shane and Necrome are, but I'm not quite sure of the other two players. I've played against them in tournaments online. I think it's Random and Ramba. I'm not 100% sure. I'm 99.9% sure, but not 100. So just, I mean, if I get that wrong, just make sure you correct me in the comments below. But so yeah, we won that game pretty convincingly, 3-0. I mean, we knew we'd win once again. I mean, like I said, they're very good players. I've played against Ramba and Random, and played against Necrome and Shane, obviously, numerous times. I've actually never beat Shane, I don't think. Or, I don't know. I think I've never beat Shane. I think that was my first time beating Shane. Obviously, it was a sort of, it wasn't a very practiced team. They just kind of went, they took part in the rest of Europe and Russian qualifier, and they done very well. I think they won 3-0 and 3-2 against Wizards. So I mean, the Wizards are a really good Spanish team. They are actually qualified for LA. They beat Giants, so they played against a really good Wizards team. They actually took them out, so fair play to them for doing that. And then they came up against us, and I think we just like I said before, against Leverage, we just kind of played it calm and won it 3-0. Then we came up against Tech, who were a bit of a roll. They were smashing everyone. They won 3-0, I think, every game they had played. I could be wrong. Playing against them in the semi-final, and it was a pretty, I'm going to be honest, it was a pretty one-sided game. Octane won by a significant margin. That Octane domination, that is, and that's probably our best map. Going into the game, we knew that we'd probably win 3-0. Like, it was our best map. It was literally like, if they couldn't have given us a better 3 maps, a better first 3 maps than they did in that semi-final. And it was Octane Domination, which is our best domination map. Then it was Warhawk S&D, which is our best S&D map. And then it was Freight Blitz, which is our best Blitz map. So it literally was our 3 best maps. So it was a swift 3-0 But like I said, there was very close moments. Tech were a very good team at that event, and I think they deserve the credit. And I'm really glad that they actually qualified for LA, because I'm friends with all those guys, and they really deserve that after all the troubles. They've always been that team that have sort of nearly got there, but they haven't really. And they've finally done that, and credit where credit's due, and well played to those guys. And like I said, it might have been a much closer game if it was any different maps. They played fantastic, and all of them, literally all of them, played really good throughout the tournament. I think I watched every single one of their games, and to be honest, I didn't expect them to perform. I didn't expect them to do that well. They were even saying to me that they didn't even expect to qualify out of the leagues, and then they end up getting all the way to semi-finals. They played really well, so congrats to them, like I said before. But yeah, I've not even took off my jacket. I've literally just got home from the airport and wanted to upload a quick vlog for you guys, just to let you guys know my opinions on the whole tournament. And I'm really happy, obviously. I want to say thanks a lot for my team for bringing home the W. But now going into the Epsilon game, we looked at the maps, and a lot of them were maps we lost them a lot online. And to be honest, we were a bit concerned with that. Well, we didn't really say that, but like personally, I was a bit concerned with that. I was thinking, come on, man! Like I was thinking, oh, the one time we play Epsilon LAN, like the one time we played them in ages, it's just those same maps again. I mean, we did play a few different maps. We've not played them on Sovereign Domination in the tournament before. That was the first map. But I think the last three maps were all maps that we've lost them in tournaments recently. So we won Sovereign Domination by about 4 or 5 points. It was a very close game. I think we had like a sort of decent lead, and then they clawed it back, and then they had a 2-cap, and we knew that the only way they could win was if they got a 3-cap. So literally we all piled in B on Solver. It was pretty fucking chaotic. As soon as we knew we'd won, I think that gave us the extra momentum to go on and take the series. On the Freight S&D, we decided, like, we've scrimmed against these guys enough online. We just tried loads of different shit. We had never even practiced any. Well, we done strats we obviously have practiced before, but we were just trying like stuff we literally haven't practiced. For example, there's one round where I've never done it. Like, well, I have done it before, but not really in like a match with my team, and not in a while. It's not one of our strategies that we sort of practice a lot in scrims or whatnot. But I literally just rushed in red right off the start on attack. I literally just bombed it in there. Couldn't have ran in faster. Strafed in. I expected to see one guy in there. I did. He was on the stairs. Killed him. And then I knew there was going to be another guy around red. People usually send 2 red side. One maybe back red, watching the sort of cross to the bomb. And yeah, I just went for him. I just played with confidence. Went for that guy. And then there was one more guy at the back as well. I think he was rotating. I think he was the guy that was around orange, or he was at the other bomb. He started rotating around and killed him. And there was rounds like that. We were just making ballsy plays. There was clutch plays as well. Everyone was trusting each other's calls. For example, there was a couple of times where Moose literally, I think it was Moose twice. It might have not been, but there was twice where I'm just gonna say Moose, right? Moose just defused the bomb when there was one or more of them alive. When the bomb was being defused. So we just literally were like, because it worked against Lightning Pandas earlier in the tournament. And we just literally, if the bomb was in a position where we thought, like, this guy's going to do a lap, or, I mean, it sounds very obvious, but we trusted each other's calls. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what I really liked about those sort of plays. It was, if we hadn't said anything, like, if I hadn't, for example, one time, I just said, Moose, just get on the bomb, just get on it. Like, it was a 1v1 with Jurd. It looked like Jurd was going to go for a lap, or he was maybe going to get a position where he could check the bomb, but it looked like he just planted it literally, so we were like that to Moose, just go for it, man, just go for it, because usually Moose is this sort of player who looks for the kill, and that he usually just waits it out, because obviously in this game there's no diffuse sound, so, well, now, since it's been updated, so Moose usually just waits out, because at one point he's got to check it, but sometimes that relies on a 1v1 gunfight, or he might come and see you first, like, you might come out of a way you're not looking, so I was just like, Moose, just defuse the bomb, and he went for it, and he got the defuse, and there was another round like that as well in the match, but I can't really remember the circumstances on it. The games are real blur to me, so it's just the really rememberable moments that I'm kind of remembering. And then the Warhawk Blitz, we knew in the series this was our weakest map against that team. I mean, we win it against other teams, but Epsilon are just really a pain to play against, because the way they play it is so different to other teams, and our team completely counters us on that particular map. they have Swanee locking down one side of the map. He'll switch it up. They'll have Swanee completely locking down one side of the map. He's one of the best players, if not the best player in Europe at doing that role, just locking down one side of the map, and it's really hard to get him off that. His shot and reactions are insane, so he's really good at doing that sort of job, like I said. So they had Swanee doing that, and then they had the likes of Jurd and Flux put a lot of pressure on our flag, as well as making a lot of sneaky plays. They're very good. They're very aware of their surroundings as such. Flux and Jurd, they really know when to leave a player, when to kill a player, and if you get spotted, they'll be very aware that you know where they are sometimes, and they'll completely juke you out. They're very, like I said, they're very aware of their surroundings and where to go in certain situations. They're very good at Blitz Warhawk, and those three players in particular. Obviously, Tommy's just there killing. That's his thing. He obviously puts a lot of pressure on the flag as well as helping cover up with Swanee. But it's mainly Jordan, Flux, and Swanee that are the main frustrations for me in that map. Just due to the way they play it, it's really hard to play against. And Swanee just literally, Tommy, sorry, should I say, just fills the cat. So they won that map by about 2 flags, I would say. It was a pretty close encounter, but they just pulled out the W in the end. But we knew, after that map, we just brushed it straight off. We were like, guys, we're going to be champions here. We're winning this last map. There's no way we're losing it. We've lost them so many times on domination strikes, so we know what we need to do to win this. We know what we need to do. We need to counter. We need to stop Swanee from getting behind ammo boxes and getting on, killing us off A with his AR, and we need to stop Flux dominating B with a shotgun. So we tried to put more pressure on the outside flags. We were going for B as well. Don't get me wrong, but I think we wanted off the start. We sort of switched it up. Usually, me and Moose. I mean, for a significant amount of time, me and Moose have been running into B together. Like, me and Moose have just bombed into B together and got control of B off the start. We're very good at that. And Epsilon, I'm pretty sure we're firmly aware that that's what we do off the start. I mean, we've played against Epsilon so much online that there's no way they don't, because we know, like, it's just natural to notice these things after significant amounts of time playing against each other, like I said. So we decided to switch up, and we just went straight for their home flag off the start. We got our home flag, and then they went into B, expecting to see us there, probably sent 2 there, I think. And we just got the home flags, essentially, in on strike zone. It's actually really easy to lock them in B. It's probably the easiest to hold. And as soon as, even if they break out one side, you can just flood into B and capture B, because they're only really going to have 1 or 2 people in there trying to cover that. And it's really, you're going to have the numbers advantage. You're probably going to have 3 on 2, or it's a 2v2 and you might win your gunfights or whatever. But like I'm saying, it was really easy for us to win after that, and we were always in the driver's seat in that match. It was a very close game, but I felt like we were always in the driving seat on that particular map, and we went in and won. But personally, I had to, like, obviously it sounds a bit weird saying this, but I'm obviously incredibly happy that it was winner takes all. Although I honestly do feel like I would have been so annoyed if we lost, because obviously you do get that seeding for Call of Duty Championships, but there's no prize for second. It was winner takes all. Obviously, incredibly happy that we ended up winning, but I did feel bad for Epsilon, because literally they're all like, some of those guys are like some of my best friends I've met through gaming, so I did feel really bad for those guys. So I mean, it's sort of obviously, like, I should be happy I've just won a lot of money, but at the same time I did feel bad, because like, I'm not one of these people that's spiteful or anything, and I just wanted, I honestly wish, like, beforehand that it wasn't winner takes all. But like I said, I was very happy that it was winner takes all. Being a winner, winning more money is always obviously good for us, and good for me as it's good for me. So yeah, we won the European Championship. We're going to LA to represent Europe and the UK at the Call of Duty World Championships. We're going in with the first seed in Europe, meaning we will play the 8th place team at the US regionals in our group, as well as a mix of different nations. So I mean, that's really good for us as well. Obviously, playing against the sort of worst American team. Who knows who it could be? It might not even be the worst team. But statistically, at regionals, it's going to be the lowest placing team that qualifies for Call of Duty World Championships, which is obviously a benefit for us. So hopefully we avoid the likes of Complexity, Envy, teams like that, who can really cause, Curse LV, the likes of those squads who could really cause us problems. And hopefully we can go on at the Call of Duty World Championship, win our group, and go on and hopefully win the tournament. I'm really confident in this team, particularly at LAN. Like, personally, I've got a really good connection online, but I've really noticed, like, recently that I play like an absolute moron sometimes online. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I can't. I find it really hard to focus. Like, back on like some more free when I was on my way up to the sort of upper echelons of European Call of Duty, when I was trying to get myself known and get myself into a better team, I found it really easy to focus because I was always playing against teams that were better than me. So I was always wanting to prove people wrong. But now I'm in the first or the best, well, technically, yeah, the best team in Europe. I'm in the best team in Europe. So it's really hard online in scrims when you're practicing to get that sort of extra motivation to go on and try your hardest in scrims. And I find myself doing stupid stuff, which maybe helps me in the long term, because at LAN I know not to make those stupid plays. Obviously, losing's learning. If you lose online in scrims, obviously you're gonna know not to make those same mistakes at LAN. And I feel like I do that. I like I said, I feel like now I do play better at LAN, even though I'm saying it's not a connection thing. I have a good connection online. It's nothing to do with that. It's literally just me turning up at tournaments. I mean, even if you look at my tournament performances online, I do really well as well. So I mean, it's I don't know. I just find it difficult to maybe a lot of you other players at home find it difficult to focus online in tournaments, particularly from not online tournaments, online in scrims and stuff. And that's one of my main problems that I need to maybe fix, or maybe I don't need to fix. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm just venting my opinions on things that I've noticed from myself over the last couple of days. So yeah, European champions, very happy. I don't know if you're able to see it. Top of my like bookshelf, game shelf. It's got a hat there as well. I mean, there's basically keyboard. It's not even a bookshelf. I think I've got one book. You'll be able to see like near the bottom. I think I've got one book on my bookshelf. And what book is it? It's Angels and Demons. So I've got one book. No, I don't know why I have a bookshelf with one book, but it's mainly my just something to put shit on, essentially. But yeah, like I'm trying to say, there's the European Championship trophy at the top of the bookshelf. It's the see-through bad boy. It's got a globe. I'm gonna show you it. Might as well show you guys it. So obviously this is quite a long vlog. Got a lot to talk about. So here's the trophy. Let's just basically say, oh shit, Call of Duty Ghost European Champion. Sick, eh? It's my first trophy from Call of Duty. Like I've won events before, but I've never had a trophy. Well, this is actually more my second event, man. So when I say I've won events before, I've won one event before. But like I said, so it's quite good to win a trophy. It looks pretty good. I mean, Gfinity and Activision Infinity Ward, Xbox obviously put in a lot of effort into that event. It was an amazing event. I love the soundproof booths. I think it's going to be needed in future Call of Duty events. Ran by the I hope that they continue to use those soundproof booths in future Gfinity run events and stuff like that. It was great, and I'm really looking forward to LA, obviously. And there's a few different reasons. I've got a lot of announcements to make, guys, in the future. Not set dates or whatever on those announcements, but like I said, a lot of announcements to be made. A lot of exciting news for myself, my team, and hopefully you guys at home going to be experiencing that with us. That's all I'm going to say. But thanks all for watching, guys, and thanks for the support throughout the weekend. It was great. So many tweets off you guys who I just really can't say thanks enough for the continued support, and continue watching my YouTube videos, guys. Continue watching my stream. Support European COD. Don't just continue watching my stream. Watch all the best European talent. Check out the likes of Tommy, twitch.tv/Tommy. I mean, there's so many. Check out Fearcrad. Check out. I'm blanking now. I can't even think of what European players stream. That's another thing I need to go into. A lot of my team are going to be starting streaming soon. Gunchy is definitely going to be one of those players, 100%. Obviously, Madcat can stream, he just doesn't do it often. He's got connection problems at times. So, Gunchy's going to be starting streaming, guys. Look forward to that. Gunchy's a really funny guy. A lot of you guys don't really know Gunchy, so you don't get to see that funny side to him, but he literally is one of the best teammates I've ever had, if I'm honest, alongside Moose and Madcat. Great guys. So thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and also like the video. I really would appreciate that. Spreads through your news feeds and whatnot, and just sort of gets this video out there, gets my name out there, and yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Like I said before, thanks a lot for the support throughout the weekend. It was really tremendous. It really did help us get over that hurdle, seeing those tweets before the final, and saying good luck, and everyone was confident in us and whatnot. So thanks a lot. Like I said, thanks a lot, guys. Nothing else to say really. And yeah, see you all later. I may be streaming right now, I might not be. See you guys later.